So I'm assuming that everyone has heard about the concept of the freedom of speech. Something that I believe that is an interesting topic to discuss about, because while we can understand on a fundamental level, I don't think a lot of people actually know what constitutes around the freedom of speech in Malaysia. So I'd be interested to hear your opinions on what you think freedom of speech is.
For me, I would rather think from my understanding that freedom of speech is basically a right that the country granted for us, for every citizen, that is embedded in the federal constitution, for every citizen to express their view or their opinion in certain manner, but there are certain limits to that freedom of speech that applies in certain situation and certain time. That's what I understand about freedom of speech.
Like every citizen have their right based on point out their opinion, like giving the public opinion to everyone as a freedom of speech. Everyone has the right to speech.
I think yes, everybody has the right, but somehow we need to have like the boundary and put limit to that freedom of speech, because people will tend to use their right in wrong way. So like like nowadays we have keyboard warrior or something like that. So they tend to use their right as a freedom of speech. They have the right to speak anything they want to speak. So they tend to be the bad keyboard warriors. So what do you think?
Well, to my understanding, freedom of speech is your right to speak up your opinion or something. It may be about the government, it can be about company, it can be about a person or an ambassador. It can be anything. But yes, as you have mentioned, we must have limit, we must have boundaries. For example, in the United States, they prioritize freedom of speech. Everyone has their own speech. But those speech, if you see on the media, or on media or off media, their freedom of speech tend to lead to hate speech. So that's what happens if you don't have boundary or a limit. So I think Malaysia, we should enforce more limits to the freedom of speech in order to prevent more chaos.
Those are interesting ideas. As for me, I personally see the freedom of speech as a way for people to be able to speak their own thoughts and opinions freely, in a sense that would cause chaos in the country. You are allowed to express your own opinions. Maybe that opinion isn't exactly popular, and maybe it would incite anger among others, but without some sort of discourse, we won't actually move forward. We need discourse so people would think. But the problem is that people tend to go too far. You are allowed to give like your own quote-unquote controversial opinions, but it should be in a manner that is not necessarily geared towards hatred and more backed up on facts. If you want to say something that could maybe ignite the anger of everyone, then you should at the very least have facts backed up behind it, so you're not coming into the battle empty-handed, so to speak.
I agree with you. And as for Malaysia, because our topic here is freedom of speech in Malaysia, within Malaysia, we're talking about our local people. So yes, freedom of speech, there exists freedom of speech in Malaysia, but somehow our people, they thought that by using freedom of speech, they can say anything. How do we handle this problem? I think we can handle this problem. We just have to educate them, express their thoughts or opinions, views in a proper manner, instead of using harsh words, harsh comments, as you have seen so many times in the media nowadays.
Yeah, because as we can see in the universities nowadays, the Ministry of Education also has given a green light for the students to speak whatever they want to speak. To like for example, the recent PRK, even the student, it's themselves be the secretariat. So the minister wants the student to apply the freedom of speech, to say whatever they want to say, as long as there are no political issue. Political issue involved in the topic. So
sometimes like some of the people they were using the freedom of speech like to say out about the sensitive issue like about the related with the religions, race, and sometimes this speech about the freedom they will cause some issue, like the cultural issue.
I think that the citizens did not know what their rights to what extent, but the ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So I think they need to educate the citizens is always right. We must educate them.
Going back on what you said, you mentioned about how like the students are able to speak, but without so long as it is not political in the center. Do you think that since the freedom of speech is considered as the highest form of law because it's imposed in our constitution, so in comparison to like the university law, why are students not allowed to speak about politics when in fact the freedom of speech should allow us to?
I'm not sure why, but in my opinion, I think because we don't want to train the student to be bias, like which government they choose. Yeah, we have the right to choose which government we want to be, but we are living in one organization, so we can't have like bias in one party that we choose. Like for example, we can say, I can give an example like last session of MPP, we can say that our YDP got so many attacks, so many, like people bashed him, throwing paint on the car. Yeah. So because they think that he is on the UMNO. So that is why we can't, the university don't allow the student to be so obvious in the party issue. So they can say what, they can have the freedom of speech, but they must put it in.
I think, I agree. That's what you have said. Freedom of speech, yes, they can do freedom of speech as long as there's no violence, there's no physical effects or whatsoever.
As long as it's not violation.
Because I think everyone has to have some sort of tolerance as well. Try not to be too sensitive about certain topics. Try not to be offended, because we should respect each other's opinions. Because it's freedom of speech. You can't be offended, right? Because you have your right to say about what your view is. You have your right about this. You have your own view, you have your own view. And at the end of the day, it's communication, it's influence. Communication is about influencing one another. So it is important to also understand each other's point of view. I think that's the thing that our country that lacks of.
To add that our country is a democracy country, right? So people stick to that democracy thing that we can speak, we have the freedom, so we can say whatever we want, we can give our opinion. So it's about the person, how they adapt or how they accept the thing that people say, how we deliver, like Albright said, it's how we communicate. We need to have a manner, we need to have toleration in communication.
In my opinion, we always say that freedom of speech, right? But I think we should choose the certain, like we have to choose what we say, not we just say like what we want to say. Like we have to think before saying, because some of the words they will give the influence or give the effects to some people. Like we just say what we want to say, and then we didn't think, then we come up some issue or.
Yes, I agree. I think that it is very important also for the government to impose a law and regulation. Also, self-regulation from the people itself is very important. They need to think before they write something, think before post something.
You know, I've experienced one thing that, like what they give example, I've experienced, I'm on the KPS for my analysis, and then the student can't understand what is our job. So they tend to say that we don't do our job. They complain about the action doesn't take, so they put the blame on us. So they said so many bad things in the group WhatsApp and blast them through all the group blogs, and we, the JKPS, got like bad impression from the students. So that is the example that people don't try to put their self in our shoes. They don't know, so they just speak because they think they are students, they have the right to say whatever they want to say. So freedom of speech somehow we need to put a limit, and I think like Goh say that we have to think about others. We need to think before we say it.
I see. You brought up an interesting topic. I think that when people hear freedom of speech, they would probably think more on a verbal sense. Like what you say in public, what you say in front of a group of people. But it is in fact not necessarily tied to only verbal speech. Something that's rising these days is of course social media. A lot of people have social media. It is probably like a rite of passage for some kids to have social media because that's their gateway into the internet to make new friends. So they think that social media is their space, that they can do whatever they want in their space. They can say whatever they want without worrying about the consequences. And perhaps the freedom of speech can be applied in that sense too, wherein that while you can say anything you want on your personal space, you have to remember that it is called social media. A lot of people will see what you post, what you say can be shared to others, and then what will happen next? You don't think on what the actions that you do. And then when the consequences finally came back to you, that's when you regret it.
I agree with you. Social media is today's generation. Back in the days, yes, people protest on the street, they chant, scream, you know, the old school protests, I would say. But nowadays, in today's generation, when people protest on social media, the internet is a thing. It's a thing nowadays, you know. So, yes, everyone can see on social media. You see, almost each one of us has a social media account. We can see each other, what we post and all. But most of the time, keyboard warriors or social justice warriors, whatever you want to call them, they post something without thinking about the consequences that the government is actually putting eyes on them, especially those who are I don't know, famous people, you know.
Instagram famous,
Yeah,
Facebook famous.
famous for freedom of speech, maybe sometimes lead to hate speech, which most of the time is, you know, freedom of speech. People don't complain much about freedom of speech. People complain because of hate speech. That's the thing.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the government has launched a campaign that include all the artists like Nilofa, Shahajaya, and so on, for the campaign that don't simply say something like you have to find the facts first. Remember that? Yeah. I think the government already took action, so we don't need to worry about this.
Say don't worry.
We have to worry. We have to worry.
Yeah, keyboard warriors is another thing. What about keyboard warriors with fake accounts?
Yeah, the
Yes.
people.
And they think that they can get away with it. But in reality, that's not the case. Actually, the government can track them, but they're not educated about it, so they don't know. But ultimately, they keep doing it, and in the end, it still affects the victims. I mean, that's the painful part. That's the painful part.
Someone with enough patience and know-how can find your identity behind the fake account. You're not safe.
I think with the identity to look for, you know, a job to look for fake accounts, I think that creates another job opportunity for IT students. Yeah, that's just my point of view. Programming students, yeah.
I think it is maybe freedom of speech, but it's never a freedom from the consequences.
Maybe we need to find, the government need to find a way how to put limit to the, maybe collaboration with the IT people, how to detect all the fake account more effectively. Yes.
I think that, at least in terms of when we are a university student, I don't know if like a lot of people realize that what they say online can bring real consequences. That's what we're talking about. But I remember that from back when I was in semester 2, I believe, when I first applied for PTPN, I remember I went to the officer in charge to ask more about the PTPN. And I remember he went off on me, maybe not went off, but he told me passionately about how they have people who would go through like the big university homepages like UC. And they say that they would look through the posts and they will see like people that complain about PTPN. He told me, don't express your opinions on that online. There will be people who will say that, and if your PTPN get revoked, it's on you.
Not only PTPN, even if you're on scholarship by the government, right? If you're an athlete, let's say you're an athlete of Malaysia, on a scholarship of KBS or KBT, eyes on you. Your eyes on you. If you say something bad about it, and your scholarship will be revoked completely, then you will have a bad name. Possibly you'll be blacklisted. You will have a bad name within the athletics society.
Our future that I think that the point you can look into our history, right?
Like have to think the consequences before you do something.
Because all of us have our own identity, IP address, so the government or the company will detect us if we say something bad to them, will directly search on us.
You know that the recent case that for the Munafik thing, Munafik movie, they used the fake account to spread the movie illegally, so the director still can detect who is the criminal, even though he is using the fake account. So this is what you guys said just now. Example that even though we use the fake account, the government still can, because we have the IP address. Yes.
Those are all interesting points. Okay, so I think we've talked a lot already about the concept of freedom of speech. While on paper it says one thing, but you have to read in between the lines. That freedom doesn't necessarily mean absolute freedom. We still need the law to help regulate us, because we, as humans, if we are lawless, then I fear for the future.
Yeah, everyone will be barbaric.
Everyone will be barbaric. We claim to be in the 21st century, but we'll just be like our Neanderthal ancestors years ago.
We need law to regulate us.
I have to agree. Law, we need law. There's no law, everyone's going to go, they're going to do what they want. We need law. Law exists because to control people's behavior, to do good things, to avoid bad things to happen. That's what the law is meant for.
Alright, like there's nothing else to say, I suppose that thank you for coming listening, because this is a very interesting topic to actually think about. And through our discussion, we learned a lot more about this topic.